on YouTube for the first time. I think that's awesome, and the fact that we've got such a great following and good fans is awesome. But the lead up to that, I had no idea. Of course, I knew about the great Fago and its history at the float, but what led up to it even showing up in Minnie Allen's camp is really historic. I mean, it's really newsworthy.
So Noodles was very thorough in documenting the journey of this Fago too. So it doesn't even end where you think it ends. It goes all the way.
Oh yeah.
So this Fago bottle has an epic story to tell. And
Week of Heart. I mean, it's an epic journey of trials and tribulations, and it turns out just legendary in the end. But yeah, I'm glad that somebody's documenting this, because even hearing about it, offhand, it's like, really? Are you telling me the whole story here? But yeah, it's epic. I can't wait for 2 and 3. And by himself, of course, that you narrated it. That was obvious.
Yeah, Noodles wrote the whole thing, man. That was all Noodles. So,
really?
Props to him. Yeah, I just I did a little bit of editing on it. There's a couple words jumbled and stuff, and then Cryptic helped me record it out. So, it was a full production. We're actually going to put it on audiobook on Spotify just for fucking fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. So, how have you been since the float there, Tom?
Busy. I mean, super busy. I've been working on trying to get my merchandise together for the gathering. Of course, I've had to get all the trophies. Oh my God, that reminds me. I've got to put out a flyer probably tomorrow that I'll be releasing to all the fans that's going to be going to the gathering that wants to join Tom Wood's art battle. That's going to go out tomorrow. So if you want to be in the art battle this year, which is going to be a whole new, it's going to be bigger trophies and kick-ass plaques and really cool stuff. And it should be some great competition. So the best artists in the Juggalo community are going to be gathering. And on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, we're going to do Tom Wood's art battle for the 4th year. And it's just a huge fan favorite. We always pack the tent. Everyone has a great time. We have a DJ. And so tomorrow I will be sending out notices through my social media, and Psychopathic will be too. And if you want to enter, you have to send me 3 pieces of artwork that is going to show me that you are worthy of entering Tom Wood's art battle, because only the best.
So you don't know what day and time it is yet?
I do. He sent it to me, but.
Okay. I got you. All right. I won't put it.
It's Wednesday. Anyway, it'll be in the notice. Everybody will have an exact day tomorrow and time to be there. Be there 15 minutes before. Bring all your paints, your brushes, an easel, and a 24 by 36 stretch canvas that's going to allow you to be big enough, because we will have a packed house that's going to watch you put together your masterpiece in 45 minutes, because we have an hour to put on the show. So 45 minutes to paint, 15 minutes for me and my judges to make our decisions, and then we will crown the next Tom Woods art battle champion for 2025. Other than that, yeah, so now I'm working on some merchandise with Psychopathic and some other stuff that I can't talk about, which is really cool. And we've got some stuff that maybe we could talk about that we have not mentioned early, maybe later in the show. But first,
maybe save that for a little later.
Yeah, we'll save that for a little bit later, maybe toward the end of the show. Yeah. But what I'd like to do is, we had the best gathering, or not gathering, we had the best float this year. I thought probably one of my favorites. We had, after raining all spring and just having flooding, we had the 2 prettiest days of 2025 right back to back. So we floated.
So fucking hot though, man. It was so hot this year.
That's why you land alone need to get in the river, because us people that were floating, we were nice and cool and having a good time.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure everyone that went to the hospital went on the river first. I'm pretty sure that's how that worked, man. Yeah.
I don't think I took a water with me. I just drank beer the whole way. And That's fine. Look at me.
Well, yeah, this is your home climate, man. A lot of these other cats coming from the north, they're out of Minnesota and shit, and hitting that Arkansas muggy heat wave. It was hot. It was hot this year. But honestly, man, it was a blast, dude. Like everything looked pretty dope down there. I like the new placement of things. I'm not sure how our neighbors appreciated us behind us, though. There is a house that was like 50 feet behind our stage, 50, 60 feet. So just on the other side of the tree line. So I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back from them, see how bad it was. But,
Well, if we have it the same time next year, I've already been talking to some people about maybe some misters, and me and you have been talking about other things that's going to allow people to get in the water a little bit easier. That we'll
yeah.
unveil at later dates. But yes, it was hot for those 2 days. But
Yeah. Now, I mean, we've had some pretty hot days running on Labor Day too. There was a year there where it was pretty cooking. It wasn't that this was definitely probably our hottest one, but we got close to it a couple years ago. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I'm half not opposed to trying to go back to Labor Day as long as the gathering ain't too close to us. And just I don't know. It depends too, man. I know a lot of people liked it earlier in the year too. We definitely seen a lot of new faces this year, but we also seen a lot of people that couldn't make it because it wasn't Labor Day. That was a big one too. So maybe we'll have to find the happy in between for everyone, without cooking our noodles too bad and staying as far away from the gathering as we can.
yeah, the later it gets in the summer, it's gonna get hotter in July, and of course August is the end of the year here. So September was a great, the heat just kind of breaks at the end of August, so it's hot. But kids go back to school, it makes it hard for a lot of people, and most of the time June is not as hot as it was this year on those 2 days. But we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out and let you guys know. But as soon as
we got some months yet before we even start thinking about the next float. So yeah, anybody that has questions about the next float, fuck off till like New Year's or something. We'll talk then. We still got to deal with all the fallout. I'm pretty sure I've got a pile of trash and junk I've got to get out of Many Islands still. So
yeah.
My car broke down there, so it's still down there. I got to go pick it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What happened to it?
Something with we're not sure. It was still running, but it was running real hard. So it was like, hey, park it. I'm gonna tow it out of there later. I had my truck there too, so it wasn't like I was stuck or nothing, but definitely couldn't fit all of our gear in it. So there's still a pile sitting in one of their sheds.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Was it Loki? I mean, he's kind of the guy that sabotages vehicles at the float.
No, I doubt that. I do like that you blamed him though, and I think that is commendable and respectable. He is a piece of shit, but no, I don't think he sabotaged our vehicle like that. That was probably more the road and the high mileage, So. But yeah, man, I don't know, dude. Was there any like Risk says January float? No, Risk. Fuck you. Tom, Kristen Lawhon says you're the hottest thing ever.
Oh, thanks, Kristen. That's
man.
Oh, yeah, very cute.
Elena Yunt. She is torn on whether she liked the earlier date or the later date. I don't know what to tell you, Elena. We only get one date for the float a year. So we'll give you what we can.
Yeah, she's gonna be mad that you're not calling her Jelly Bean. She has told you over and over.
Dude, keep in like, fucking make that your fucking Facebook name if you want me to call you that. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I see her in person, I'm like, hey, Jelly Bean. When I see her online, dude, it's
Yeah,
there's
same names. I get it.
thousands of you fucking juggalos, man. Like I have a hard time keeping up with who's who. I'm old, bro.
No, Madison, we cannot have 2 floats a year. We can't. We can't. We can barely afford to have one. We can't afford to have one. But yeah, Madison's one.
I'm not opposed though. I'm not
Really?
scared. Maybe I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. But yeah, well, I mean, why not? Shit. Oh man.
So we got it. We're already like halfway through the show. We haven't even touched base on the epicness of the float this year. We should go through
Yeah.
and sort of document all things that kicked off Thursday night. Well, Thursday night was awesome. Of course, we all go too hard on Thursday night, and then Friday night was
Oh,
huge.
Cody Lee. Hey, Cody Lee said traveling floats. Tom, nudge, nudge. I might have brought up something not necessarily a traveling float, but a traveling emporium, or at least I could take the show on the road, man. Maybe someday, who knows? Hit all the rivers? No, they smell like shit, dude.
That's the thing about Spring River. I know what I'm getting into there. That river smells and looks clean. I'm not scared of anything that's in the water. And there's no currents that's going to drown any of us in any part of it. I'm confident you can save any masses if you fell over in that river. Anywhere else, I have no idea.
3 days before the float, the water was up. It was real turned up because of a bunch of sediment upstream. But yeah, by the time the float actually hit and gates open, the water dropped down perfectly. It didn't stay up, cleaned up real good. I think it helped wash a bunch of that other junk out of it too, from the flooding before. Like it turned out perfect, man. And there was easier access into the river for everyone down there on the side too, down at the end. You didn't have to like climb down a ledge or nothing. You just walk straight out in it. So, that was kind of nice too.
Right. No, it was good. So did you guys, I know that Toby is still processing a lot of the photographs. She took over, was it, I don't know, 50 million pictures at the float? I think
she said like 12. It was over 12,000. It was 12,000 and some change. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's still processing those. So we'll be releasing that soon. But I know that you and Drew have been working on sort of documenting stuff just that were posted on Facebook and other sources that we were able to put together a decent sort of recap of what went on last week or the week before last.
Did we? Drew, did we? I don't know. That's Drew's department, man. I mean, I know we've been compiling stuff, but yeah, we're just trying to scramble and find all the dope pictures out there. I know just last night someone hit me up and said she had a bunch of pictures ready to go.
That's true. So, if anybody's got pictures of Cody stealing my raft, or not my raft, stealing my canoe at the end, the funniest shit that I've ever seen was right there on Saturday when we had made one last stop at Rock Cut before we made our last charge to Many Islands, and Cody stole my canoe and was just doing the best Tom Wood impression as he rolled around out there in the water where I couldn't get to him in my canoe. But if somebody's got pictures of that or video of it, I would pay to see it. But anyway.
Yeah. So that's actually our big announcement. Cody, since you got the canoe, we're giving you the canoe.
What?
No, I'm sorry. Fuck you, Cody.
I can't have my canoe. That's the right price. He just went ahead and just, bought like 50 tickets or so. We'd let him use the canoe. It'd be his for the weekend.
Oh shoot, man. So yeah, dude, I don't know. What was your favorite change about the grounds there, Tom?
The change?
Yeah. How we shifted things around. Like, did you see anything you really liked more than where it was at before, or maybe you're like, why the fuck is this here?
No, I mean, when we took the road that went usually next to the party tent, and we put it right into the middle of the party tent, and sort of made that as like the final destination of the midway. As you would walk down that road, and it went into that huge cool opening that we'd made for it. And then what you guys did in the tent itself with the lighting, the Noodles did with the stage lights and that kind of stuff, I thought was awesome. And we had the side opened up to where we had front row seats to the river as it just slowly rolled by during the entire thing. It was just gorgeous. And then that whole area was kind of left a little more open for just like this midway of partying and everybody being able to visit. And the fact when it was great for the wrestlers, the fact they were able to set up the wrestling ring on Saturday. Oh no, it was Sunday, and do that event right there on that midway that we had built just for this event. It was really cool. I think everybody will admit that was kind of magical when those guys came out there.
Yeah, the only downside to it was I was kind of hoping, because there were some trees just next to the river there, so I was hoping to put that thing in the shade, but somebody put their camp in the way. Fucking yeah, that wrestling ring was supposed to go right there where Loki was at, so to give them some shade, man, because those guys were wrestling on that ring in the sun, man.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, dude, that was damn, like, sorry guys, like, I didn't
not to bitch at Loki, but did you notice that when they were wrestling, and I'm sure you'll see it in the video, but there's this cloud of smoke that just is rolling over the ring as they're wrestling, and it's just fucking Loki over there, throwing meat around in his little barbecue pit, and then the smoke is just boiling out of that thing and going right into the wrestling ring, which is like, what the hell's going on? But anyway. What are you going to do? It kind of looked mystic, like in some kind of a apocalyptic wrestling match with the smoke and stuff. But anyway, see, even Jelly Bean says she likes where the party tent was. Food vendor locations were not good, though.
Yeah. Hey, KO, I have no idea. KO. Liked where the party tent was. Food vendor locations were not good. Well, so our issue with the food vendors, we got one main problem with the food vendors, because I actually would like to put them down like on the river with everyone or something, a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
But they all run off of 50 amp, right? Dude, all the other hookups on the whole grounds are 30 amps. There's only like 3 different spots on the whole grounds where there's 50 amp hookups. So until they switch their electrical system over or something, we only have so many options on placement. That's actually the issue with it. So I know the Chuck Wagon, he said if he comes back next year, he's going to have 230 amp hookups instead of 150. So we'll be able to squeeze him in a little better, a little tighter, Also, but you're only saying that too because you were camped on the river and you had to walk up that little tiny hill to go to him, huh?
Yeah, it's about 25 yards of hill there through the shade. But sorry. Excuse me. The other thing is like the merch tent. I know a lot of people. We had our merch tent right there next to the event and the main stage in the party tent. But there was, it seemed that we had to separate, and we had the other tent up on the hill where they had power to be able to do that kind of stuff too. It would be nice if we could like bring that all a little bit closer.
Yeah. Things were meant to be slightly more intimate with that. It turned out being same thing with the vendors. It was a power issue, like where we actually had electricity to spare, right? Because I'm sure everybody noticed down the whole side of the river, all the power poles are gone. every single one of those are gone. And that happened after we already sold the premium sites. So we had to scramble to make sure that we didn't lie to you guys and we had power for everyone that bought it, right? So yeah, that was really the main thing with that. I was wanting to have it a whole lot closer. Like it was still going to be up the hill, but it was actually going to be on our side of the road with it, like up in the tree area. So, and then we're going to have the vendors a lot closer too. But due to power constraints, we kind of got stuck with that layout, which we got plenty of room to use out there. There's room for days, but there's only so much room down on that river right there,
Right. That's true. We lost a little bit of bank. Even what we had, we probably lost, I don't know, 6, 7 feet of it after the last.
Yeah, up to like 12, 15 feet in a couple spots, man. There's a couple of those camps that are way smaller now. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was pretty happy with the placement of everything. The merch up the hill, it kind of got left. It was off on its own. Like I was hoping it'd be a little more central in everything, But yeah, we'll figure out some better placement. By next year, hopefully we'll have even more power poles up than we ever had before, and we can just go ape shit crazy in there, have lines running everywhere. The best thing that happened to the merch tent was the middle of last night when someone in a golf cart almost wiped it out. What? What piece of shit would have done that? That is crazy. That's wild.
First I've heard of it. I've not heard
Yeah,
of
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about it.
Wait a second.
I might have been up in the area, and there was a man in a kilt that ran for his life. I remember. I almost fell over laughing at the dude in the kilt running. Man, ain't seen nobody in a kilt move that fast since Braveheart.
So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the whole event was great. One of my favorites was, on Thursday night we do the Amish the River Gods party, and Risk is probably one of the best hosts. I mean, he's entertaining. He keeps it on. He tries to keep it on schedule as best he can, and him and Vince, the Ice Giant, they get together and they put on that party every year, and I thought they did great, and they put on a hell of a show, and then was helping everybody when we got into the whole karaoke stage of Thursday night. They help out and just sort of push it along. But yeah, Thursday night's usually one of my favorite nights of the whole thing. Of course, I feel the best on Thursday night before I fucking go in the red for the rest of the weekend.
Course, man, you're floating every day, partying every night. Yeah, and I know your cooler on the water is full of beer. Shoot. Yeah, that Thursday, I don't know. Usually Thursday, I'm already pretty wrecked, but that is the best I'm gonna feel the whole time the event's running. That'll be the most well rested I am.
So, do we have any pictures of the float?
No, if we got to throw them up, Drew, but I don't think we got any queued up, man. Oh, he's got some stuff.
I think that was my welcome speech. Yeah, that was my welcome to the float speech that I do every year. That was at the beginning of the Amish the River Guts party.
Yeah, so, look at you all clean and
fresh face and hopeful,
presentable and stuff.
Yeah. I had no idea. I was like, please nobody die over the next 2 days. And they didn't. Everybody came through and nobody drowned. So it was a success.
Loki wants to know if you found your cooler.
Yes.
Oh, no. Loki, did he? Oh, you did?
I did find it. You know who had it? And this
Loki?
No, it wasn't Loki. But it was a bullshit excuse because I posted that picture. When I was turning over, of course, every time that someone, and I did get turned over on Friday, but before I turned over, I took my cooler and I dropped it on top of this passing kayak, that so it wouldn't get swamped or open up or anything like that. And then I got dumped over. But anyway, so I had a picture of that, or actually the guy that I put it on, he took a picture of it and sent it to me, and that's the only picture I had of it. But so after it got stole, I posted it, and sure enough, Nick Class, our Nick, our OG, said that someone, and this is such bullshit, said that someone assumed that was some of his merch. So they went to my side by side, took it out of my side by side, packed it with his merch, and shipped it to Texas. So,
what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm not buying any of it, but anyway, he's through his stuff. He's seen it and opened it up, and sure enough, there was like 2 waters and 10 beers in it, and of course, when he seen that post, he knew it was my cooler. I just can't imagine anyone's Class or Nick saying, "Go get my shit," and then someone goes to my side by side and empties it and puts it in. Anyway,
welcome to the float, man.
Weird.
But yeah, man. I'm seeing some things scrolling in here. Sid Vicious. What the fuck, Sid? What's wrong with your name? But he says, risk from tide and made the float home. If you see him in shoes, there's a problem.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Jessica Chic. When will all the pictures be posted and the family photo? Like we just said, there is over 12,000 pictures taken. So we had 2 official photographers. We had one for the float, one for HMR there, documenting everything. So it's going to take them some time. They took, between the 2 of them, there's probably 20,000 photos and 50 hours of footage, So give them some time to go through it all. They'll get it posted up. I know there already is photos getting posted in the float group. So if you guys are on that on Facebook, go ahead and browse through there, post up any ones you guys have too, man, because everybody wants to see them, and hell, we want to see them too. We can, but anything to help spread the legend of this and keep it growing, and a lot more ninjas know. The more, the merrier with this, for sure. Like we don't want to get too bored. We don't want to be the gathering. Keep it kind of contained. But we could definitely use some more in attendance to help us pay for all this shit. So.
And we should.
No,
I think Sid would be a good person to have, to invite on the show, because he was in the mix. I seen him everywhere during the float. Sid did.
Drew, send him the thing.
Yeah, Sid was never not present. Every time I turned around, Sid was either in the party tent or outside the party tent, or he did both floats. I mean, he was there. In fact, yeah, I've got a couple of fun stories.
Yeah. Swill, great Fago stories. Yes, great Fago stories. We will have more. Don't worry, they're coming. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think Drew's on it right now, man. So we'll get Sid on there. Sid, be ready. Check your contact, your inbox. We're sliding in your DMs, dog.
Okay.
Shit.
And yeah, we don't have a special guest. Our special guest is if me and Ogre see somebody that we were, have a good story with or remember some cool stuff, we're going to invite them on. So we don't have some celebrity that's going to be on tonight, other than the floaters, and they're the real celebrities of the floaters.
I just looked at Sid Vicious's profile, and I know the ninja.
Yep.
I've seen him all over the place, but your Facebook name is ridiculous, bud. I can't fucking pronounce that. I'm not fucking Russian, bro.
So, Ogre, what was your favorite part of the float, other than it just being over?
Oh, well, no, man. No, I definitely, me and the boys, you, me, all of us do. We put on the event that we would want to go to, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, like this is, I want it to be a thing. Like, yeah, I would drop the cash to fucking go there, man. Like this is definitely something right up my alley, right? So, there's a lot of my favorite stuff that goes into it, man. So it's kind of hard to even say. I mean, yeah, I'm busy and miserable the whole time, overworked, undersleep, but it's still a dope ass party with a lot of dope ass people there, man. The lineups are fire. Like these every night, dude, like we could have chopped that into like 15 different concerts that I would go to over a couple months, and it was all packed in right there, like all, dude, everything was fire, start to finish on that stage, man. The events are awesome. Uh, yeah, I like the look of the tents and shit this year. I think we definitely need to like we'll probably rework the layout a little bit and how they flow together. And how we kind of linked the tents together
Yeah.
there, like sort of, kind of built a little hallway with the banners and shit. I'd like to take that concept even further, possibly. It was dope. A lot of, everybody said it looked real nice. I thought it did too. I was kind of surprised once we got it set up and actually put up. It was like, damn, like, I know they were going to look dope, but it was like, I didn't know they were going to look that fucking dope,
Right.
Wrapped around these tents, man. I just kind of had a base. I did, huh? Okay.
Cool.
Shit, man. But yeah, dude. So favorite part, I'm not sure, man. I think honestly, man, my favorite parts, and I don't know who I spent these moments with this year, but every year, my favorite part is like those few minutes where I actually don't have anything going on. Everything's quiet. I know my boys are holding down the gate. The stage is handled. Everything's going smooth for a few minutes, right? I can actually go
Enjoy
talk
it.
to people, right?
Right.
Like that's when I take time to actually go around and see everyone, and actually sit there and have those late night conversations where I can just pull up, sit there and hang out, shoot the shit for a minute with somebody, see how they're doing, how they're enjoying it, man. Those are probably my favorite moments there, man. When the party's going on, I can hear the stage bumping, the lights are going, you hear parties going on all around you, everyone laughing and having a good time, man. I'm just sitting there chilling with an old school juggalo, shit. And then, 10 minutes later, I'm sitting there talking to Big Hoodoo or fucking Light or whoever, just bullshitting with them. And I think that's a cool part with the whole float as a whole, man. I think that's part of the magic is like,
Absolutely.
like everyone's there together. Like we're all just here chilling, having a good time,
Right.
and like, the gathering, man, is kind of like you still get that there, it is there, but there's so many fucking people there. You don't actually get that one-on-one time with your neighbors, your artists, just everyone all around. There's a lot more chance to have a one-on-one moment with somebody there, and so yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the flow, like hands down, dude, is just being able to sit down and bullshit with somebody, man. Just take that, hey, dude, I've actually got a chill moment, like this is nice, man.
No, I agree.
So we've got Sid Visualus, Sid Kisnivelus. We got Sid. We got fucking Sid on here.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. Come on, Drew. What up, Sid?
What's going on, Ogre? What's up, Mr. Woods? How
How
you
are
guys
you?
been?
Good. What are you mowing the yard? Are you mowing the
Oh,
lawn while you're talking to us or something? What are you doing?
No, I had to move away from the house a little bit. I got bad service where I'm at, and if I'm like right up by the house, I get shitty service. Excuse my language, my bad.
No, I was telling Ogre that you were in the mix. Everywhere I turn around, Sid was always there, whether it was wrestling, whether it was each float. I'd see him on the midway in front of the tent all the time. If I needed to move tables or move, get trash or whatever, Sid was right there the whole time. So he didn't miss anything. He was in the mix.
I'm a helpful person if I can be. I can say, all right, so last year when me and my old lady came out, like we were new to the whole scene and everything like that. So we were just getting really a feel for it and everything else. And then this year when we came back through, we seen people that we knew from last year. I knew Ogre, I knew you, and it just felt more wholesome and like it was nice, man. Like we really had a blast. Like it was the getaway me and my old lady needed. It was nice. And I heard it from a lot of floatalos out there too.
No, you're right. After that first year where you sort of get to meet our floaters, our family of floaters that come every year, and of course we welcome everybody into it. But once you feel comfortable with it, the next year is so much easier. There's not, ingratiating period. It's just you're home, and it's a family reunion from the moment you get there, and it's just really cool. So yeah, it was great that you guys came last year, and the fact that you guys came in as OGs this year made it much cooler. So
yeah, I tend to be a social butterfly. I get around and say hey to everyone. I do my rounds and so on and so forth. It was a good time though, man. We really do appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Now, my favorite story with
I couldn't hear you. What was it?
Thank you.
Hell yeah, thank you.
So Sid, what was your favorite part of the float this year? Since you've seen everything.
Man, I don't know. Saturday night was pretty good. I know, like you said earlier, Thursday night we did the same thing last year. We drank a little too much and went a little overboard. But Sunday night, yeah, just I don't know, just everything, man. The connection with everyone and yes, ma'am.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Sorry, I'm getting yelled at. But I don't know. It just everything as a whole, man. Like I can't even put it in the words.
So yeah, one of my favorite stories with Sid is I don't know what nightmare that he went through, but I know that by the time we got to Rock Cut, that he had been there was a girl, Paige, it was Damien's daughter. They had a brother. She was partying pretty hard, but she's a loose cannon. Anyway, I think she turned over his canoe or raft. I don't know. Were you in a canoe? Twice. Yeah. Crazy.
All right. So I don't know what all was going on. We were hanging out with Miss T and Mr. Bob and them and everything else like that. And she was just there. And they were like, hey, can you get her back to camp? And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll help her out. So we get to floating down the river. This young lady, I'm like, all right, sit in the middle of the canoe. It's a canoe now. Okay. I was like, oh my God, here we go. So I'm trying to save the canoe.
Jump out and just sort of was too drunk to jump out and just kind of just leaned over and flipped you, or was she trying to flip you?
A little bit of both. The first time I think was an accident because we went over a little fall thing. The second time, I don't believe it was an accident. She said she was going to do it, and she just kind of did it. So in the midst of trying to save my old lady and this young lady and the canoe all at once, it was just hectic. But we made it back safely. Everyone was okay. Yeah. No more broken bones.
No, you got the Rock Cut. It's where our last stop was, and you came over and said,
no. See, right before we got to you, there was these people jumping out of this tree, and I know she was a little drunk and everything else. She was like, "Oh, let's go over there." And I'm like, "Look, young lady, if I go over there, I'm dropping you off. Like, let's continue on. We're going back to camp." Like, and yeah, she was like, "Oh, well, where's Tom at?" I was like, "He's right here. I will get you to him. Just stay in the damn canoe, please."
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well,
but it was a blast though. Everyone had fun. I got along with a lot of people. I knew John and them, and so like it was good though. I wish the War Turtle was here.
Which War Turtle?
He had a Gatling gun, squirt gun.
He was named the War Turtle. How do I not know this character? Who the hell are we talking
about? We were squirting everyone. They were camped down there by the that last drop off before you go up to the camp and everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were sitting out there and people came floating by and they're like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And we're like, "Man, it's a whooping party." And they're like, "What's a whooping party?" And I was like, "Hey guys, they don't know what a whooping party is." And everyone sounded off whoop whoop. Well, I was like, hell no. We had a blast though. It was fun. It was good times. I can't wait to see you guys again next year.
Yeah.
I do like where the party tent was located at this year. The vendors, I understand what you guys are saying. They were a little bit far off, but I mean, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. When it comes to things like the gathering, man, that's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Unfortunately, I've never gathered. I have yet to gather, and I'm hoping that I can make it happen this year.
Yeah, you should.
Dude,
And see,
dude, that little hill at the float, man, won't be nothing after you gather, dog. They
You hear
got
that,
some
baby?
real good,
That little hill at the float ain't nothing like the gathering.
dude.
no. Well,
She said she just got used to that hill.
yeah, yeah. That's there's probably at least half a mile between first stage and second stage, and then of course you've got the third stage way back there in the woods that you got to walk an eternity to get to, and it's it's all walking. At least it's on pavement.
Well,
so
now they got it changed up though, man. So the second stage is back in the woods now, and like the third stage is like their like seminar tent kind of setup, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Shit, you should come gather with us, bro. We'll be there.
I'm definitely trying to.
Promo.
I know it's in August, so I'm trying to make it.
Ooh, you want to learn about mountains, bud?
Oh, that's right. The Hatchet Mountain ride. Did I say that? Has that been posted yet? It has, right?
Which allows them to shift and collide over time.
Yeah, it's so quiet though. But yeah,
they do not often feel these movements as they are very slow, and the sheer size of each plate is so large. Nevertheless, these shifts still have great impacts on human life, as the movement of plates is what creates changes in the geographical structure of the surface of the Earth. Volcanic mountains are formed in areas where there is volcanic activity. This means that there is a place in the Earth's crust where there is a crack or volcanic vent. Magma, or molten, is lighter in weight than the solid rock around it. Because of this, it tends to rise to the surface. Similarly, pressure and heat can build up underground and force an eruption of lava out of the volcanic areas.
I forgot about that.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nick, we'll talk. We'll teach you guys about magnets. Fuck it.
Nice
So
segue into your promotional piece there. That was a nice segue. I thought it was very seamless. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the opening.
But
you should totally come fucking gather with us though, man. You'll have a fucking blast, bro.
Well, I know it's in August, so my birthday's the 3rd, so I'm trying to make it a little late birthday present for myself. Like I said, I've never gathered. It's the 25th year anniversary. Like I'm really trying. Believe me, I'm trying.
You gotta, as soon as you get there, just spin that fucking wheel, dude. Give it the gusto, man.
I spent the wheel last year and survived, but some of those things was not. I'm so glad that I landed on an easy one, but
I've heard a little bit about them. I heard it just gets crazier and crazier as it goes, though. So
I mean, it's all perspective too, man. Like, because some of the shit that people are like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like, isn't that bad to another person? They're like, oh, that's it.
But
like,
is it though? Is it though?
So like Tom, he had to drink a beer without his hands, right? So he had to open it and drink it without using his hands.
What?
Which, yeah. So he had to get real creative with it, right? I got a dry beer once, man. So to get a beer, it was the dry beer, so I had to take a mouthful of fucking baby powder. And then down the beer.
So I was thinking back. One of the things I can say that was probably one of my favorite moments is when the wrestling match was going on, and the wrestler used the baby as a prop. Like
Oh,
that was
that
cool as
was
hell. It was wholesome. It was that kid was loving it. Who was it? Segan's kid. That
Yeah,
baby was
second,
loving every minute of it.
was in a
yeah,
stroller, and
Mhm.
Dave was being. I think it was bootleg Dave that was being attacked, and
Mhm.
he grabbed the stroller with the baby in it, was fending off his attacker with the baby in
Yeah.
the stroller. I was like, oh my god, this has never been done before. This is amazing. So, yeah,
Man, that was a pretty epic moment, man. I feel like, dude, so Natural State Wrestling and everybody that came through with them, dude, all of those fucking wrestlers, man, start to finish. Dude, those guys were the shit, man. We're a little nervous about running wrestling, because like we haven't done it yet. It was the first
Mhm.
time we had the event.
we've been pitched it by several people in the past. We just weren't sure how they were going to work with, but these guys at Natural State Wrestling was awesome. We got along with them so good from the beginning, and they were just super nice.
Going into the future, we got
See?
There it is. Roll that back. We weren't ready for it. Oh yes, look at that. Brutal.
I'm telling you, but that baby's loving every minute of it, man. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
No, I'm sure Kobe's gonna have some great pictures. You can see her right there. She was in the midst of that thing. In fact, when we told her she was going to be photographing wrestling, she goes, "That's my specialty." I'm like, "Whose specialty is photographing wrestling?" And apparently, that's her specialty. So it worked out.
Hell yeah. But unfortunately, gentlemen, I'm about to have to try and get in here and get these little heathens to bed.
Perfect timing.
Right, bro.
I do appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You bet.
Want to come say bye, baby? Man. Hold on. She wants to come say bye.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got to let her say bye. Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
Good.
Hey, thanks for coming to the float. We loved having you guys. We
I
can't
loved
wait
it. It was great this year.
Yes, it was. It was awesome.
So,
you guys hopefully see you together. And if not, we will see you at the float or possibly another event, possibly that could be coming up that we are going to talk about here in just a minute.
Oh, hell. So I'll stay tuned in while I get the babies to sleep.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Such a nice guy. I mean, he's indicative of almost all the people that come to the float. Just genuinely good people. They're there to help no matter what. Nobody causes any, problems. Nobody's fucking up the campground or tagging bathrooms, setting fires, stealing shit. Even the only thing that was stolen was my cooler, and it wasn't even stolen except fucking Nick, and which I've already given him an ass eating about it. He feels bad, kinda.
Oh yeah. Hey, so speaking of missing items, I am in possession of a Motorola Razr. I haven't charged it. I ain't turned it on. It's just sitting in a pile of float shit. But I am in possession of a Motorola Razr that is not mine. It was somebody at the float. So if you're missing a Motorola Razr, hit me up. Maybe I'll turn it on and figure out if it's yours. Right? But yeah, if it is yours
or something, it didn't wash up in the flood. Maybe. I mean, who has a Motorola Razr in 2000?
Somebody dropped it off at admissions. They didn't know what to do with it. I kept it there in case somebody came by and asked. Nobody did. I don't know. Dude, I feel like the homie Francis, man. I feel like he did lose a Motorola Razr, but
he did lose his phone. I thought he lost it in the river, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. So, yeah, just throwing that out there, man. But the crowd we bring every year, man. I mean, like every crowd, dude. There's always one or two assholes. We got Loki. He's a real piece of shit, but we love him. But honestly, like, dude, 99% of everybody that's ever came through the float, man, I've got nothing but love for all of them, man. They're all solid people. I might not know what the fuck you're talking about or what the hell you're going on or going through. I don't want to understand half of it, but I still love you. Yeah, dude, everybody that comes through there is just awesome. Awesome fucking people, man. And I wouldn't have any other form of attendance, like that's, yeah, respectful, solid people, man. Good humans.
He got off easy. He just lost his shoes. I mean, that happens in the river all the time. Step in that current, those things are gone. So that's not bad. That's, in fact, that's probably a homage to the river. You got to like lose some shit in there. But anyway,
there's somewhere along the way.
So yeah, we've talked about Thursday night. We haven't even got into like the LSP party on Saturday night, which was historic.
I mean, everybody's been talking about it in the comments here, man. Like, and there was so much fire that happened, bro. Everybody that was there knows, dude, that LSP party was intense and insane. Yeah, dude, that was a one of a kind show, man. Like I ain't never seen that shit at a gathering. I've never seen nothing like that at Gorefest, man. Right? Like we got something special there, dude. So everybody that was in attendance, just know that you were part of a one of a kind thing, dude. Ain't nothing ever went down like that before in the history of the underground, man. That shit was intense, man.
I had talked to Smalls, and I think I talked to IP both, and they were like saying how much fun that was, but it was grueling. The amount of time they were just going hard for 2.5 hours. And I'm like, how do you even do that for 2.5 hours? But anyway, chances are you may not ever see that again. The people that did see it, count yourselves lucky that you were witness to history. That'll probably never happen again.
Maybe, who knows, man. I know a lot of them had fun doing this, so maybe now we will see something dope like that at Gorefest now. Maybe. Because that's about the only other place that much LSP is in one place, right? Like the stars kind of aligned, especially when we brought out Mattapelli last minute and Chuckles got in, and yeah, man, there's just so much LSP there this year, which, dude, like, when it comes to the float, LSP's always supported us.
Yes.
So it's nothing but love to them guys. And when it comes to HMR, man, Hatchet Mountain, like, dude, Scum has supported fucking Risk since way early on, man. I mean, dude, back in his, first year starting in this scene, in the music scene, right? Yeah, the LSP's always shown us love. Those are our brothers in the underground all the way, man. That's our fucking people,
And I just want to shout out some of the events that was put on. I know that Heather Brooks was the host for the Float pageant, and she did a fantastic job. Everybody was so entertained. Replicon Radio put on Juggalo Pictionary, which was probably my favorite Juggalo event I've ever been to. Of course, it's kind of custom made for me, and of course I've remain undefeated. Maybe next year we can bring on somebody that can challenge us. But yeah, me and Nick Class and TR Diaz was on a team. Once you made it to the finals, you got a chance to face us, and we were just unstoppable. And we knocked them out in 3 rounds. But they were a great group of people, very knowledgeable, and could draw good too. And they made it to the finals and won. Got their chance to go up against us and wasn't able to pull it out. But everybody had a great time. There was 4 or 5 rows deep of people, and we definitely want to see this sort of enhanced in the future and brought on to schedule. And let's amp that whole thing up because it was great. And then of course we had the pepper juggalos.
The Juggalos parts and pepper parts.
Yes.
That shit was awesome, man. That shit, I don't know. You've seen my artwork, man. I could give a fuck about Pictionary, bro. I can't draw for shit, dude.
You don't have to draw
You
good.
know, but the Juggalo Smarts and Pepper Farts, now that was up my alley, man. Was watching like the way he went about it, man, and the presentation of it, right? Like Gandalf was a killer fucking host for that, man. He went above and beyond with it, was very presentable, man. That was probably our most like professional event, right? Like, I mean, it'd be a hard toss up with Heather Brooks too, on the Miss Heather there, dude, because she ran a pretty tight ship on that too.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's been
does
stuff like that.
The game show presentation of it all, like he did a really good job with it. The contestants were on point with it, all involved, like just making it a spectacle, like dude, everybody up there was funny as fuck, like everyone had a good sense of humor up there. It was that was an awesome fucking event, dude. So, yeah, this next year, I think me and you are both on the same page. We're going probably a little more event heavy this next year. We're gonna, I don't know. Well, we're a Juggalo summer camp. We're not a fucking music festival, so we're gonna keep some music for sure. There's still gonna be music. Don't worry. We're gonna pack those nights full, but we're probably gonna have a little less music, a little more events.
I think so too. Yeah. I just think the way that the events was able to include the fans and bring them into it, and how they were able to interact and stuff, it was so much cooler watching that kind of stuff. And I know everybody enjoyed that stuff. And again, everyone who ran the events this year, of course, we're going to keep like the canoe and raft races. That's a fan favorite. That's,
yeah.
And the eco side tournaments, always fun too. But
something I can probably say for next year too is go ahead and like here this winter when they're on sale, go ahead and score yourself a dope water gun, right? Not an Orbeez, not some weird little Nerf gun thing. Like go get a fucking water gun. And maybe we'll do some cool shit next year. So put a water gun on your Christmas wish list, get Santa to drop that shit off for you. We'll have some fun with it next year.
Right. And to, everybody that performed, I think did great. I know that we ran a little bit late. Was it on Sunday night or Saturday night that we ran?
Oh, no. That was Friday and Saturday night. We were cramped, running way behind schedule, man. It's going to happen, man, especially since we switched from 2 stages to 1 stage this year. There would be, if something runs over, there's no other way to make up for it, right? Like we can't run 2 things at once, so, that was kind of the downside to bringing it into the tent, like on a logistical level, like things did get a little screwy on the timeline, which it does every year. There's always going to be something that eats up some extra time, but I think with more.
Yeah. Jelly Bean saying right there before she goes off the list, just don't schedule the funnest events during the floats. I'm not sure what events got scheduled during the floats that she's talking about.
No, hey. I got love for my Landalos too, so take your fucking pick, dude. I'm sorry, you can't do it all. There's too much to do. Shit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we don't run a whole lot. I mean, we got our Quest tournament on Friday. Historically, that's what we've done. And then we're gonna have some field games and stuff this year, but it just got too hot. We weren't. Like, we didn't want to give anybody a reason to stand up there in the sun this year. And we're already having heat issues, so we kind of nixed that last minute just to make sure nobody. Yeah, we didn't want to entice anyone to stand in the sun. That was not wanted. But yeah, honestly, like, I mean, we got to put on something during that time, and it can't be our shittiest event, right? Yeah. That wouldn't be fair to our Landalos, So
So yeah, I don't think anybody regrets going on the floats. They may have missed an event or two, but you know, pick your poison. It's all fun. Everything at the float is evident. Fun.
And you know, running the event too, I'm not inclined to tell you to do one or the other because we actually don't really make any money at all off the floats. Like there's zero money off the actual float trips, right? Like you know, most of the time we lose a little bit of money running it just because we cover we cover everybody's deposits on their vessels and stuff when they go through our website. So you know, like float, don't float. I don't really, I have no financial gain in it either way. I could really give a fuck. So, we're always going to have events going on during the day. We got to have something for the homies on the ground. Not everybody wants to hit that water,
Especially 2 days in a row.
Yeah. Pick your day. Pick your day. And I mean, a lot of people are still going to float both days. I'm looking at you, Tom. But, it's pick your day to float, man. Because I mean, it's a little much, man. Like if you want to stay up late and party, maybe don't plan on going on the float in the morning. Sleep in, catch some sleep, or don't try to stay up late and party after you floated all day. You just cook, pick your day to float and run with that,
Right. And if I could, I love doing the floats, but you're right. By Saturday night, I was so exhausted I could barely stand there. But if I could just catch, if I wasn't so scared of thinking I'm going to miss out on something kick-ass going on, I would go back to the cabin and just grab an hour of sleep. That would be huge for me. So maybe next year, maybe I can do that. But anyway, I don't regret anything that went on this year. I had a blast. I hope everybody that went to the float this year had the same experience that I did. I just loved the entire thing. I think Ogre did an amazing job producing the whole thing and scheduling it, and the infrastructure that went behind it was impressive. I think it was on the same scale of any event that I've been to, whether it's Psychopathic or anyone else. So yeah.
You're doing it on a budget, night budget.
On a budget, it's crazy.
So honestly, on that note, before we get into any kind of a big announcement, I would like to say something about that, man. Thank you to everybody who does show up, everybody that is a part of this every year, and all the newcomers, everyone. Like, I don't think we fully expected this to take off this way, become what it is, so we appreciate everybody that does come out, man. It means a lot to both of us.
Absolutely.
And then I also want to really throw out a shout to my crew who's worked with me over the years here, all the newcomers onto it too, man. Every single one of the crew members, man, these guys came out. They take a week off of work to come down and work for free, bust their fucking asses for me, just for a cool shirt and good story, like I couldn't do it without these guys. The team that we've built with this thing over the last few years is just, I'm blessed to have every single one of these people around me, couldn't do it without any of them. Drew, fucking Kevin, fucking Justin Evans, and then I also want to, say thank you to my boys in HMR too, because I wouldn't even be in this field. I never woke up and wanted to be involved in the music industry in any way, so without my boys, I wouldn't even be on this path. I'd just be out jugging regular style, just fucking getting weird, boofing things at campgrounds, so much love to everybody. Thank you everyone for being a part of this shit. And yeah, dude, none of it would be as cool as it is without every single one of you all together in that one spot in time.
Absolutely. So yeah, I got people messaging me. It says they can't find the link to our live. How is that possible? So just go to if people are looking for it and they're messaging you, it's Tom Wood. Go to Tom Wood Float on Facebook. And
yeah, just type in Tom Wood Float, you know, or Hatchet Mountain Records on Facebook, or you can go to YouTube and type in at HMR for all, one word, at HMR for all. And yeah, we're live there, and you can peep all the links. I don't, yeah, there it is in the comments. Fucking yeah, peep this shit out. But so now, oh fuck, if they're not already watching the live yet, I mean, I guess we should go ahead and. You said we had a big announcement, so I guess we're dropping the bomb. The bomb isn't complete though.
No,
so you just get a little taste of what we got coming.
It's a teaser for the bomb, and we haven't put the whole thing together yet. But
so I guess let me drop the outline, and then I'll let you fill in all the details around it. I guess.
Do we have details? I think we might have.
I mean, you've got some basic ones, so. We're gonna run an event. This is gonna be October 18th, I do believe. October 18th, just outside of Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, right? So this is gonna be a Halloween themed event. And we will have some artists on there. You can expect some HMR. You can expect maybe some LSP. Who knows yet though? You got to wait and find out. But it's also added bonus. So we're going to make this an event, right? It's not just going to be a show, right, Tom? It's going to be a
and we're not even nailed down to that date, I'm sure. I mean, it could float a little bit. You know, there may be some time in there, depending on the schedules of some of the guests that we're going to be having. So maybe the 18th, maybe the 25th, possibly.
Maybe possibly. I'm not opposed to it, but you know, it seemed the 18th was the most flexible all around.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah. So
there's definitely.
So we'll have. Oh, it should go for it.
No, we're definitely. Of course, this happened. Of course, Ogre's been pitching. You know, this. You know, he loves every time he comes out to the farm. He sits on my porch and smokes like 5,000 cigarettes, and just loves it out here. And he's been pitching me to possibly do an event at the farm. And
this was your idea, bud.
No, you've been pitching this before. You pitched it to me before, and I was like, fuck no, there's no way. And then I'm just thinking, man, the last time we had talked about it was we had talked about it last year about going down to the little flat area down there and having a little event down on my
now that's what I've been pitching, yeah.
But having something like on my barnyard, which I've got this 1 acre barnyard that's really cool. I got a big metal barn where I keep all my trailers at, and I've got cattle pens and stuff like that. And I said, well, we might be able to do something here. It would be fun having the Juggalos see not only the river in that part of my life, but if they could see some of the ranch, that would be kind of cool too. Of course, I've had a few Juggalos here over the years, but certainly not many. But if we put an event on something like that and let them come to the farm and see where I live and how I live and stuff like that, that would be kind of cool. Maybe some people might even get a chance to see the studio and that kind of thing. But the barn is awesome because that would be, I always thought that would be a great stage, but we've talked about it. It seems to have, like everything we talk about, it seems to sort of snowball and starts to grow. And so, yeah, preliminarily, we're talking about doing a Halloween event, a Halloween themed event in mid to later October. When the weather's still nice here in Arkansas, the weather's going to be great. It's still going to be fall weather. It's going to be really pretty out here, and doing something that's really cool. Of course, we've got so much talent at HMR already. That's put together. We've got stages that we bought for the float that's here, so we can we've got the infrastructure to put something that's really cool together and locally. So the people that don't want to go, that may not have plans for Halloween, this would be a great event to come to. But we are.
Or that's the reason I'm thinking the 18th too, is to keep it as far away from events like Hollow Wicked and Fright Fest and everything else too, right? We try to keep it away from that, you know, and it is going to be in the middle of nowhere. Like, Tom,
you got 2 miles of dirt road.
If you think that Many Islands is the middle of nowhere, wait until you get to Tom's. Like, his signal is worse. Dirt roads all the way. So yeah, but we are going to give everybody that does show up, and so once we do launch, there is going to be a limited amount of tickets on this. We can't turn Tom's House into
right.
There is going to be a limited number of tickets available, so just a heads up on that. But there should be plenty. There should be plenty to go around. I really doubt we're gonna get like a giant, you know, migration of juggalos just to come sit in Tom's cow field. Yeah. You know?
From what we talked about, it's not just a night event. We're going to start it around noon. There's going to be all kinds of cool shit that's going to be going on during the day. We're going to have contests.
We will have contests, tournaments, game tournaments, right? We will have hay rides, pumpkin carving. Bring your costume. This ain't just costume contests. This is going to be a costume gala, right? And, you know, come out in your best Halloween fineries, you know, and represent. And so we're not sure on all details just yet. There's still some things we need to pin down, you know, exact date for sure, you know, pricing, how much this is going to cost us to run it, who's going to be representing it, who, you know, and there's a lot to do yet. Not as much as the float, so you guys can expect news soon.
Right, and then we will be surrounded outside of our fence line of the barn lot. There will be my cows out there, so don't fuck with my cows. Don't chase them or shoot them with bottle rockets or anything like that. Don't molest my cows, or you know, they'll probably kick the shit out of them. But anyway, it's a beautiful, you know. The countryside is beautiful out there. My family's owned it for like 7 generations, and it's, you know, it's gorgeous. We all love it, and it means the world to us. So the fact that of the small amount of people that we're going to be allowing to come, just know that, you know, that this area.
There'll be plenty of tickets. There will be. Not like there will be a limited number though, for sure. We are going to have to put a hard cap on this, just because of like parking constraints and stuff too, you know. There's not, I mean, he's got a lot of giant fields, but they aren't friendly to just drive your Miata into, you know. So, and if it rains, man, everyone's getting stuck in some mud, and we can't be having that. So we need to keep it somewhat contained, you know.
Right. So yeah, that's the big news. We are still the title of the event, which if it goes off well, it may be something that we do every year. But anyway, we're still all the events and even the name of this. We're still sort of fine tuning. But anyway, expect to see that in the upcoming weeks. And if we do launch it, you know, if we do make an announcement, then maybe we can do the weekly update leading up to.
No. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Oh, no. Oh, jeez, man.
You got a YouTube channel now. I mean, so what are you going to put on it? You need content. And like, this is like the coolest, you know, live show that goes on these days.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, I've got so many more projects I need Drew on, man. I don't know about weekly updates for a Halloween show coming up, but we will for
Yeah,
sure
we're
bring you
starting it next
updates. We
week.
will.
Let's say we can start it in,
October.
mid-August or something. Yeah, October, 2 weeks before the event. So,
No,
anyway,
man. I mean, honestly, we do have a lot going on coming up before that. So we will have some lives and shit for sure, for sure. And I know Tom does want to keep this going. So we will still have some live stream shenanigans and some vlogging and shit going on through the summer. But we do have a lot of events coming up, the gatherings coming up. This is big for HMR. This is the biggest shot I feel like we've ever had.
sure.
So I still haven't recovered financially from the float. And now we got to be prepared for the gathering and, bring the biggest, craziest fucking stage set we've ever fucking had, put on the best show we've ever fucking done, and then, then immediately after that, we've got multiple other events, man. I mean, it basically, dude, you're going to see us at every single major juggalo and underground event across the fucking country for the rest of the year. So we're going to be pretty busy, man. We're barely going to have time at home, barely have time at the studio coming up here by the end of August. So it's going to get a little hectic around here on our end. So yeah, expect a lot of live streams and updates as we go, though. On that, I don't know if we'll have enough content to tell you about Halloween every week. Like we'll have to come up with some other stuff to tell you guys.
And Jess's question, I can't answer that. After, if you're staying in the area after we do this event, yes, we will
Drew,
put it.
pull up his question there. Let me see that thing. I can't find it. Special Halloween breakfast at Riverbend Restaurant. I don't know.
I'm down. I mean, that's
I don't know. I mean, depending on what it is, too, man. Me and Tom have been throwing around potential ideas about maybe not even having to leave to get food. We're still very preliminary. So whenever Tom says there's a big announcement, just know that I'm panicking and I'm not ready every single time. So yeah, we are going to put on a dope ass show though, for sure. And Tom has a dope ass spot to put it on at. We can get as loud as we fucking want out there. We're not going to bother nobody but his cows. Just like he said, don't molest the cows. I know we're in Arkansas. I'm pretty sure that's still not legal there though. You might think otherwise, but
I don't
don't
need some
molest the cows.
half breed red brangus human offspring in 9 months. So yeah, please don't.
Yeah, no, none of that. None of that. Yeah, and no cow tipping. The cows will tip you. They will
Yeah.
tip you back. So don't do that either. No, man. But it should be a pretty dope time. It's going to be a fun event. We should have quite a bit going on there too, man. So I mean, think like you're going to a corn maze kind of pumpkin patch kind of thing, except juggalo, right? And Tom doesn't have corn; he has cows, so we'll have a cow maze. You can, don't molest the cows, but you can try to walk your way through them all until they get pissed off. We'll put you in the pen with all the bulls or something.
No, yeah, we have no idea exactly what the list is going to be, but it's definitely going to be, farm related stuff. So if you're a city kid and you want to see the country, then this is your chance. And said the whole area up here on top of the hill at my farm is gorgeous. So I think you guys are going to like the scenery. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted as it develops. So yeah, that's the big announcement, and then it's a pretty big announcement, especially with everything else that we've got going on. that we're planning on doing. I know that Over's got the gathering is full on his plate right now, and then I think he's got Gorefest like right after that too. So anyway, no.
I don't know nothing, man. I don't know. We're gonna be a lot of places.
Yes, lots of
I'll be
places.
a gore fest. Like no matter what, I'm gonna be a gore fest. I ain't got the fifth coin. I ain't got the other 4 coins. So while you guys are all like going down and hanging out on the Gulf Coast, I'll be going to Gorefest because it is free for out of state IDs. So sounds like a nice weekend on a budget for me. That is the spot to be, yo. Gorefest is lit too, man. I know what you were out there. You weren't there last year, but the year before you went, you had a blast.
I had a blast.
We had a great time last year, man. It was a great show, dude, with wrestling and all kind of shit there too, man. It's basically like floating in a venue, you know, like you get all day to hang out with your homies and shit, you know. You just got to get out every night. They kick us out. Hey, Gorefest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Shit, man. It sounds like your phone's blowing up, man. I'll let you take a bunch of messages. If it's people trying to get involved and they're trying to hit you up about the Halloween show, if that's what those messages are, fuck off for a week, people. Fuck off. Lay off for a fucking week. Let us figure this shit out and then hit us up, like. Okay, we got some shit to figure out first. So,
look at that. See what Adam said? That's not a bad idea.
What's that?
Get that up there, Drew.
Yeah, I'm in like 3 different chats here. I don't.
Yeah, Adam said wrestling and.
Oh yeah. I seen a post about it, man. We'll see. No promises on that, just because
it's infancy at this point. So
yeah. Give us a moment. Give us a moment to figure all this out.
No.
So I haven't even checked how much porta potties are going to cost yet. Like I wasn't ready to announce this, so. Fuck off for a week, everyone. Let me and Tom figure this shit out real quick and get the framework built for this. Well, once we got the framework built and a good name, we'll let you know. We'll take it from there. Yeah, we'll come back on. We'll do another live or something and fully announce it.
No, you're welcome, Jelly.
Thank you, Miss Jellybean. Thank you. There, see, I said her name. I said it. I said Jelly.
That was your last chance. She was
I love motherfucker
Elena again after that. So thank God. All right, so I think that was a great show. I'm sure Toby's going to be hitting, and she's going to be dropping thousands and thousands of flow pictures here in the next week or so.
Give her time. Give her time. She already has been dropping pictures. She already has dropped a few. Check Tom Wood Float 2025 or whatever on Facebook, the Facebook group. There's been a lot of pictures getting dropped in there.
Yes. And if you're thinking that you're going to there's going to be a party in my house, there is not going to be. Nobody's going in the house. You can look at it from the barnyard, but there's probably not going to be anybody going in the house. So not even me. So
no. Yeah. Sorry, no. Now there may be a small moment where we might give you the option to peek in through his basement window to where you can see where he was.
My basement.
I mean, I've got a sledgehammer. We can make you a window, man. But yeah, no. Well, no. When it comes to the house, like that's gonna be a hard fuck off. We're gonna bring you crazy motherfuckers out there, direct you up this road. There's a nice fenced in area, and we are going to electrify it. Okay, you stay in there.
I like where you're
no. There's actually plenty of room out there and shit. But yeah, just because there's gonna be too many people there, and everybody is Tom Wood's homie. We get it. You're all his homie. I know you are. I've watched all of you be homies with Tom. Like, yeah, it's got to be a hard no on checking that out. I'm sorry if you're afraid to poop in a porta potty, but you can poop in his woods instead. You ain't going inside. I don't give a fuck how pregnant you are. I don't give a shit.
All right. Well, big news. Great show. Thanks, everybody, for coming to hang out with us tonight and let us go over the events at the float and tell everybody thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you guys next year and throughout the summer in 2025. But I've already gotten hit up by, I don't know, 20 bands or so. That's like, how do we get on there for next year? And if you're listening now, when the website goes live again, when we open it back up, then you will have an opportunity to submit your portfolios and your music on the website, and we'll take a look at it and make decisions then. But until then, the website's down. There's no submissions for the next 8 months or so, or however long it is.
Yeah, give it. We haven't even started thinking about next year. Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple thoughts, for sure. We're always thinking about the float. It comes up every time we talk to each other. Something else comes up about it. But it's going to be months. It's going to hit us up after New Year's. And every year when the website launches, check the menu, the little drop down menu on the website. And there's we leave it open just for the artist. It's an artist submission link. You click that, submit in, and no promises on anything. We got hundreds of submissions this year, hundreds last year, so I'm sorry. So much of it's dope, dude. 99% of everything that comes in there is fresh. There's tons of flavor. So it's real hard picking who gets on, and usually I end up just rolling die. So if you don't get on, just know it was random chance all the way around, man. That's really the way most of this goes down. And then everybody that shows up too, we've mentioned this every year too. The way to kind of cut in line is show up to the float, be a part of the float, and tell us you want to perform it the next year. That's a huge portion of our lineup every year.
It is
people that showed up the year before and told us at the float they wanted to perform, and every single one of them, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure every single one of them at one point or another through that float gets a chance to perform too. We got some dead air, we got a moment, and we intentionally leave certain blocks open to, hey, show us what you got. If you don't have to juggle yoki, you can get up and give us one of your tracks, dude. Let's see what you got.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really, really want to fucking be about the float, the way to get a little closer to guaranteed getting on it, show the fuck up. Be a part of it. It honestly, if somebody's not going to show up because they're not booked, that makes me want to book you even fucking less, man. This is for the people that want to be a part of this all the way around. From everything we're planning, from the attendee, everything, all the events, everything. It's people that want to be a part of this and actually want to be a part of the Juggalo scene, dude. This culture that we fucking, all grew up with, and that the people that support the scene, not saying just support us, because there's a lot of people we bring on every year that haven't been to the float, never had a chance to. We give them the shot to come out, but we bring out people that are supporting the underground. They are helping their fellow jug out. They're keeping this culture alive and going. We're not looking for your bag of clout. We're looking for, your bag of karma. That's what we're really after here.
And the people that that love the float, you've got to come out and experience it for yourself. You can hear all the great stories in the world, but you're never really going to get it until you come out and just experience it with us. And then once you begin to understand, I think that we believe it's more appropriate. You'll get a chance to perform once you're sort of ingratiated into it. You can't just show up and understand it. It'll be just foreign to you because it is not the gathering.
So Cody Lee says, Ogre, stop smoking. Which reminds me, I could really use a cigarette. We've been running for over an hour and a half here. So I think I'm going to go smoke. Thank you for reminding me, Cody Lee. And yeah, dude, fucking, I'll let you wrap it out here, Tom. Much love to everyone. We're going to go ahead and start getting the studio ready for some recording sessions. Risk has some funky freshness to lay down. Darking's got some new shit. So nice. We're going to stay busy in here tonight, yeah, and expect maybe some weird photos and pictures. Oh, here's this fucking
there he is.
Yeah, all ready to go. I think he just farted in here. But all right, yo. Much love, Tom. Much love, everyone. Thank you for being a part of this. Drew.
And guys, Ogre, thanks for coming on the show with me tonight. I'll let you get going because I know you're busy. But anyway, thanks everybody for showing up tonight. Like I said, we're going to be dropping some more information on the Halloween themed event that's coming in October. Anyway, float. So everybody, thank you again. Much love to everyone. I hope I'll get the chance to see you some more this summer. If not at the gathering, then possibly at Gorefest, or even I don't even know if I'm doing the island down in where is it for the coin thing, which I have no coins, but anyway. I might go to that just because it looks like it's fun. Who knows? But anyway, thanks everyone. Have a great night. Much love to everyone, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out. Drew, thanks again for putting on a great show, and we'll talk to everyone later. Peace out.
The Legend of Fago Gape, as told by Noodles, narrated by Ogre. Throughout time, there have been many Fago 2 leaders. Some have traveled from stage to crowd. Some have come home as a trophy. Some have been used for cooking, and some simply have been drank. This is the story of an epic journey, an impossible evolution of how a normal Fago can triumph and stand with kings. The story begins at Brooksville, Pennsylvania. Billy Hines was searching for party favors as he had traveled out of state to celebrate his son's recent graduation. Little did he know that his stop at a local Giant Eagle would set into motion a series of events that would go down in history. He arrived at the store, and there on the shelf was a grape-flavored Fago. Unable to resist the refreshing appeal of this bottle, Billy paid the meager price of $1.99. The bottle had been acquired, but as you will see, this underdog of the soda pop world would have to endure many hardships, disappointments, and near misses before claiming his rightful throne. The graduation party went off without a hitch, except one thing. Our grape-flavored friend was unappealing to the guests. So, destined for greater things, it was packed up for use at a later date. Billy returned to his home in Oklahoma with our wayward friend. Billy would often look upon the bottle and contemplate the fizzy goodness within. But every time, he would feel some greater force of the universe, and it would whisper to him in his ear, "Now is not the time." Billy is an interesting conduit to perpetuate evolution. He is a high-level table master who commands and facilitates the execution of Morton's List quests. A guide and a sage, he is tasked with putting together a scavenger hunt every year for Tom Wood's Float, a juggalo canoe and raft trip and music festival. He supposed that a fun and challenging task would be to acquire a 2-liter Fago filled with marbles. So our infamous grape bottle was brought to Many Islands campgrounds to hopefully live out its purpose. The festival had started and was in full effect. Being a harder task in the scavenger hunt, the pop container had not yet been cracked. That's when destiny stepped in. A woman had been practicing a talent that would hopefully win her the title of Float Queen. As we all know, every good queen needs a king. The talent would require a 2-liter bottle. This couldn't be any normal bottle, no. It had to be a bottle that could satisfy the needs of someone very thirsty. So our would-be queen searched the grounds for a worthy mate. As you can imagine, there were many suitors that threw themselves at her feet. Thug bottles, scrub bottles, thick bottles, and baby 20-ounce bottles all tried to step up. None were up to the task.
Mountains are formed by movement within the Earth's crust. The crust itself is made up of several large plates, called tectonic plates, which are free-floating. These huge chunks of the Earth's crust move within molten rock called magma, which allows them to shift and collide over time. Even though humans live on the crust, they do not often feel these movements as they are very slow, and the sheer size of each plate is so large. Nevertheless, these shifts still have great impacts on human life, as the movement of plates is what creates changes in the geographical structure of the surface of the Earth. Volcanic mountains are formed in areas where there is volcanic activity. This means that there is a place in the Earth's crust where there is a crack or volcanic vent. Magma, or molten rock, is lighter in weight than the solid rock around it. Because of this, it tends to rise to the surface. Similarly, pressure and heat can build up underground and force an eruption of lava out of the volcanic areas.